Hello and welcome to the new Tableau Dashboard tutorial. And in this tutorial, I want to show you how you can create this web marketing dashboard within Tableau. So as you can see, this dashboard is giving you an amazing design where on the left hand side, you have a option of selecting a dashboard where you have these buttons which are present over here, which is giving you basically an option that you can go and select a button and go to a dashboard. However, what I'm showing you is only a cockpit dashboard, but there is a button which you can configure which can be associated to these dashboards. Okay, so in this dashboards, a lot is going on. It looks easy or it looks straightforward. However, it is not. From the perspective of designing the dashboard, I will be using a lot of web marketing related KPIs and charts and things like those. But the KPIs and all will going to be straightforward. However, putting it all together will going to be a different case or an advanced case altogether. So that is my focus as to what the advanced design should look like and how you can configure if you are having an inspiration in your mind, or if you are looking a dashboard, let's say, then how you can replicate it. And let me show you how I got the inspiration. So this inspiration, I have got it from this dashboard, which if you will look at pretty much similar, but only thing is it is having these rounded edges, right? On the left hand side, it has a menu, right? And on the up top, it has the KPIs and this box, which basically talks about the KPI that needs to be part of a focus, the line chart, the bar chart, and a bar chart, if you see, is similar to that, where you have a light bar and a dark bar. And then down below over here is also a similar type of functionality. So this is where my inspiration is coming, and I thought, okay, what if I need to create it in Tableau, how would I do that, right? So it is part of my series where I have shown you similar examples that you have an amazing designers who are creating the dashboards, let's say in PowerPoint or Adobe Photoshop or any other design tool. But then how you can automate all of that utilizing something called Tableau. Also, I'm producing the similar dashboards in Power BI. So make sure you watch this and look to and subscribe to my channel, where you can get all of this information directly in your inbox and get the most out of these tools. Okay, so as I said, a lot is going on in this. So what I'll do is I will first create a new dashboard. So I'll click on the new, and that will basically create a new dashboard for me. So for that, I'll just have to probably wait for a few seconds. It is opening up. All right, it has opened up, right? So what I'll do is I will enable that. All right, so first thing first, connecting the data. Okay, where is the data present? The data present in the dataset file. Let me show you that as well. Alright, so this is a link which I usually provide for my dataset folder. In the dataset folder, you have this spreadsheet which you double click datasets. You will find in this dataset sheet the web marketing dashboard scenario or the dataset. Okay, so this is where the dataset is present. So let me take it away and put it on my second screen. Okay, so now I have it. What I'll do is I will start connecting the data. So if I click on connect the data, since it is a CSV file, so I'll choose text options. I'll click text and I get my web marketing dashboards data. So once I have this web marketing dashboard data, I come over here in sheet. However, if I show you, it is quite simple data. For example, from which channel the traffic is coming, from which country the traffic is coming, on which date, from which device, desktop, mobile, on which page the traffic is coming, what is the source medium, Google, Indigo, Bing, whatever that case is, how many bounces, from which page the exit is happening, what is the page load time, page views, sessions, time on page, unique page views, right? So all of that is present over here. Now let's come to the KPIs, right? So in the KPIs, as part of our, the strategy, that what we will do is we will create first KPI, format it max, and then utilize the same thing. So first thing first is basically the session, which I will use total sessions. And in this case, I'll go inside this and I will down below, I will say total sessions. And this one I will Yeah, I can keep it actually Tableau book so that I don't have to do it multiple times. And this is bold, I can keep it, and this one I can keep it little bit light. Apply and see if this is making sense. So 9 is pretty high because it is taking some attention. So what I'll do is I'll take it 8 and click apply. Okay, so I have this KPI which I will then make it entire view, right? And you know, since I have to put it beside the icon, which I will put it directly in a dashboard, I will make it left, sorry, this towards the left alignment. Earlier it was right aligned, but now it is left aligned. Okay, so this is my first KPI, which is total sessions, which I can give it a name called sessions. So once I have done that, and I will hide this as well, I will duplicate. So I don't have to do this again and again, right? So I can do this and then I can use this, which will basically give me this thing, the total exits, right? So I will say, rather than this, I will say total exits. Apply. Okay, so I will call it what? Sorry, exit. Yeah, right click, duplicate. Okay, then is page load time, right? So page load time, this is the total page load time. Doesn't make any sense because we know it should be in seconds, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 50 seconds, whatever that number is, right? So what I'll do is I will right click in measure and change it to average, right? And I will call it average page load time. So AVG, and then I will remove that so that it is not changing my formatting. Average page load time. Apply. Okay, now let's say if somebody is asking you, you are in an interview, okay, so and they're asking you, this is in seconds, so you need to write 71 seconds. How would you write that? Well, one of the ways is you can go ahead and maybe put it over here S, right? And you click apply, and pretty much, you know, you get away with this small s, and over here 71.6 seconds. One of the another way, which is a much beneficial way, is by going over here into the formatting and then make sure in the pane you have the number custom. First of all, make it 0, and then you have a prefix and suffix. Here put it s, which is way much better and you know, right way of putting the information over here. So 72 seconds, right? So we can call it load time. Right click. Maybe yeah, this much is fine because I think the next I can pick it time on page, right? So I can take this and some average. So 98 seconds, let's say, is the time on page. So same thing we will do. Format in the pane, make sure it is custom 0 and small s. Okay, 98 second, and that is nothing but your average time on page. Time on page, and you click OK. So we will call it what? Time on page, right? Once we have done that, the next thing we will going to do is say duplicate, and over here we will, the next thing is bounces. So how many total bounces that we are having, right? So this is your total bounce that you are having. You can also have average bounces as well, right? So that is something up to us what we want. So we will call it total, and I will remove a now. Total bounces. Apply. Okay, like I said, my focus is not more and more on giving you the absolute accurate metric or absolutely right metric, but my focus is, hey, we know what the requirements are. After that, we have started working as a developer or a dashboard designer, and we are developing it, right? Not giving a lot of focus onto this piece. Okay, so after bounces, what do we have? Let's say is unique page views. So once we have the unique page views, we will put it over here. So these are the total unique page views that we are having. So we can call it total unique page views, right? Okay, so we are done with unique page views as well, right? So we are done with all the KPIs that we needed to create. The next thing we need to do is create, maybe I'll delete this, but I'll put it duplicate over here and I'll remove that, and we will say the we need to create the bar chart, if you remember. So bar chart, if I have to show you, let me just show you so that you get an idea what I'm trying to create next. So we have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 KPIs, right? So I think this one is still we have not created, latest year session, but up until here we have created. So what I'm creating is this session, which is basically saying that if this is your highest one, right, then in comparison to this, where is your rest of the other session? So they have the bar height up until here, but using a trick or a dual axis option, I am basically creating this additional height by one formula, and let me show you how you can do this to get an effect, right? So over here what I'll do is, first thing first, we need month. So over here I'm creating it for the latest year sessions. So first thing first is, where did I put it, date, rather than year I will say this month, okay? And in this month what I'll do is I will choose the date over here, and this will be years, and we will call it 2019, and we will give it a name in the worksheet, show title. We can call it latest year sessions, and we will make it, I don't know, 9, 10, apply, little bit bold, latest year sessions, so that it is, you know, catching a little bit of an eye. Okay, so once we have this, we have month, what we can do is we can put sessions. So latest year sessions, right? So this is how it is giving us this as a line. Okay, what I can do is change it to what, bar chart, and make it using this transpose option. I can make an entire view. Okay, so we have got this. The next thing I will do is using a formula called window max, which basically looks at this window and find the maximum value, which is this. Okay, so I will say window max and simply say sum of sessions. So if you see, everything is this highest one, right? So what do we do next is we basically go and say dual axis, okay, and then right click, we say synchronize axis. All right, and now the next thing is we need to choose the colors. Okay, so once we have the color, if I show you that page again, if I find it over here, so this is the page. In this page, this is basically the one which I was showing you. Let's say this is where, you know, your color is, that you want to find this color and this color. So I'll go back to my Tableau, and in my Tableau, sum of session is basically nothing but this session. If I double click and choose this color picker, right, and I go to the where are you, my page, come on, where is my page? Why it is not coming? It should come. Okay, hold on, I press escape and now it is coming. So what I can do is, ideally it should give me the option, because that's how I have done it. Yeah, now it has given me, as you can see. So I can come over here, choose this, right, and click before even clicking. So we'll click OK. For window 1, select this, Alt Enter, or sorry, Command Tab. You will going to pick the second one, color. So now you click apply, sorry, you click OK, you click apply and OK. So you have sum of session and you have window max this, but it should basically give me not the highest value, which is this one, but something what I was expecting is the one with the highest bar, and it's basically having the proper which I showed you. So I remember one thing is that this is the month and this was basically continuous, right? And I will just come over here and make it manual, right? This much, and over here what is that size? I'll make it manual. Now as you can see, the size is right, so it is basically picking up the alright, so this is what it is. And if I try to put it like this, if you see, now some of sessions have taken the basically first measure. Okay, so that's what it goes into this. What I'll do next is right click, uncheck the show header, right, and double clicking over here and keep deleting this so that I get maximum space for my visualization, right? So for that, next thing is right clicking on format, and now in the format we need to make sure that this all lines are going. So for that I'll come here, say none to row divider, none to column divider, so these lines are gone, which is more like a boundary. Then in rows I come over here and say none, and it is gone, right? So that is something what we want to show. But one thing I want to show is this show header. So if you see, if I go to this page and come back here, it shows the proper way, and this is where my sessions are. So I am okay with that, but I'll just uncheck and hide this, but it is hiding both of them, which again is fine only up to an extent. What I need to do next is just to make sure that it is having this value, which I can then make it an alignment and make it what center somewhere over here if you like, and alignment if you need we can make alignment, which I was expecting it to go, but looks like, you know, because the sizes and customization we have done, it is not. So up to us, you know, how much bigger or smaller that we want. Let me, if I try, you know, this is where I was hoping it will do. Or in the label I have the option of changing this like this, right? So a couple of options, you know, up to us how much we want to play around with that, and 10, and that should be good, right? So this way we don't need actually a bar. Clearly we know 24,000, 30,000 is our maximum. Okay, so once we have done that, we will call it what? Bar, right? So this is our bar chart, which is basically giving us the the values in terms of each month. Now we have this, we also need the cumulative of all of this. So what I'll do is I will right click and say, come on, right click, duplicate, and in the duplicate we will going to just remove everything, right? Even remove that and try to make it text if possible and put it on this, and then over here in custom we do this left and then top aligned, because in the front end when I designed it previously, which I showed you, I did it front, so I knew that. So latest year session total, let's call it total latest year session, because that's what it is, and then the breakup we are showing by month, right? So that is what we are showing it over here. So we have one way of doing this, or I can copy this, and like I'm doing it for other KPIs, I can do it over here and click apply, apply, call it 8, apply, and okay, and we can right click and hide this, right? So we are done with the bar KPI. Okay, now next was the line chart. So for the line chart, again, what I'll do is I will take this and I'll put it over here and let's call it line. Okay. So this is my line chart, and in this line chart, I don't want this one, but I want complete view. So you can see, just I removed that, a lot of different changes have happened, but I removed this, right? And then I basically change this to a line chart. Okay. And my next line is basically sum of sessions and bounces, right? So we have session and bounces, which I can choose a color for bounce. If I come over here, session, and this is for bounce. If I come over here and I go back, come on, it should allow me. And then coming back to my visualization, come on. Yeah, for some reason, because looks like I'm recording, that's why it is doing all of that mess. But what else I can do? Well, very easily I can come over here. This is my first color, so I'll go into edit color. I double click this, and over here I have this color code. Copy this, FFE6E3, click OK, OK, line. Let's come over here. So this is my bounces, right? So what I'll do is come over here in bounces, and over here I'll put the color code, apply, and OK, and make sure and check the label, and I'll make sure that I uncheck the label. Okay, even the size is pretty high, big, so I'll just reduce this to this, and this one is also, I will reduce this, and then I can make it what, dual axis, I guess, yeah, dual axis. And then I can uncheck this show hide, so bounces and all. But what we need to do next is make sure that we are making sure they are synchronizing the axis. So synchronize axis, and as you can see, after synchronizing the axis, it's changed completely. So make sure you uncheck the header here, uncheck the header here, and we are pretty much there. Okay. So that is what with the sessions going up, bounces are growing, but not like the session. So a trend that you may want to show to your audience, right? So that is what it has. Then what line is also having is the line KPIs. It has a small table. So what is a small table? It's a small table of device category at the top. So basically it is showing the bounces and sessions by device category, and I have the sessions and I have the bounces, right? And then it is basically showing it like more like a table, and if I flip it, this is what the table really looks like. And if I right click and hide it, right click and hide it, and make it what, entire view, should be good. Also I'll right click, come over here in format, in this rows, row banding, make it none, for pane and header none, and that's my entire table for line KPIs. Okay, so we have the line KPIs. The next is basically the 2-bar chart that I am having. If I remember, or if I show you, basically it talks about so this is the table and this is the chart we have created, but top 5 unique page views by page title and top 10 unique page views by 2 countries. So these 2 charts we will create. So these are the 2 countries. One is the United States, another one is India. These are the top 2 countries, which is basically looking at these top 5 pages. So this is a tricky situation which I created by top 10 unique pages, top 5 unique pages with top 2 countries. Okay, so over here we will call it what, top 5 page views, should be okay. Alright, so for that what do we need is simply the page title. Okay, and we need the unique page views, top 5 page views, or unique, we can take even page views, not an issue, right? And then we come over here, filter, top by field, page views, sum, okay. This is our page views, right? Entire view. All right. So this is coming because we have this tie over here, right? So that's what it is basically, giving us this information. So one more thing, how many I've chosen? Top 10, 5 I need to choose. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. All right. So once we have done that, first thing first, we just hide this, double clicking it over here, and we are saying top 5 unique page views by page title, or top 5 page views by page title. Up to us what metric we want to choose. I think in my initial, the one which I showed you solution, I created basically the one by unique page views, but this time I'm creating with another one. So what I'll do is I will choose this color, which I am already choosing, right clicking, formatting, removing everything, coming onto the grid line rows. I don't need grid lines. Also, I think I don't need this because I will enable the label. Okay. So a very clean chart. Now the next thing we need to do is these unique page views, these page views by, come on, page views by country, right? So simply I need to put the top 2 countries. So what I'll do is put country over here and a lot of countries, right? So I go into here and filter, top, this, page views, sum, and I choose 2. And I click apply and I click OK. So India, United States. The only thing is I need to come over here in India and paste it, click OK, apply and OK, right? Perfect. So we have this. So now I have pretty much everything. I can go and create the dashboard. All right. So when we create a dashboard, a lot goes inside it about how we read the entire layout and everything. So for that, first thing first, what I'll do is I will choose my horizontal container. In the horizontal container, what I'll do is I need to first bring the blank, and also I need to create some space. So I will make it a width 1200 and height maybe 900, so that I have some space in which I can easily show this. So up to us what shape or how many space we want, but yeah. This is the one which I have chosen for my layout. Okay, so this is my dashboard and I have already done horizontal layout, which I will then bring the blank object. After bringing the blank object, I need to bring the vertical object, because then I can have, drag it till what point I need. So this is my blank object. This is my object where I need to put my text and buttons, right? So what I can do is I can put it like this. And I will simply say select a dashboard, and maybe I will make it Tableau regular, maybe make it 14 and make it this white. So this is where it is creating, and as you can see, this all space is blank, right? So what we can do is we basically bring some buttons that I need. So over here, which is a navigation button 1, then I can bring 2, 3, depends on how many I want, right? So that's 1. Then I double click this. First thing first, I want to make sure that I choose the color, which is this color, right? So select a dashboard is now properly coming, which then I can put it, or I can basically design it the way I want. So now I have a selected dashboard. I need to create some space at the top. So what I do is I basically take the blank and I put it maybe here, and as you can see, and then I can drag it down here and then drag this up here. This is all small tricks, these tricks, because I don't want selected dashboard at the top. I need a little bit down below here. Okay. Then what I can do is I can choose this, and what I need is also I'll double click this. I need little bit of shading, let's say 70%. All right. Maybe this thing is a little bit messed up. Maybe 90% is fine. Yeah. So 90%, and then I go here, edit button, and this is where I need to specify dashboard 1, dashboard 2, dashboard 3, depend on how many dashboards I am creating. Okay. So I specify dashboard 1, right? Let's call it cockpit, Tableau bold, and let's choose the background, which is this. Let's click apply. So if you see, this is what basically it does when it creates this button. Okay, and we will do a little bit of settings so that it is looking better, and clicking OK. So this just gives an impression that yes, this is darker than this. Same way, whatever we have done here, we will do it over here by clicking on edit button. I will do it again. Let's say we want dashboard 1 again, and in this case we will enter a title. Let's say we want session specific dashboard, so we call it sessions, and then I choose this, click apply. Okay, same way over here, edit button, and this time I again choose this. So but it needs to be the relevant dashboards. Okay, so at this time let's call it page views, call it a color which is this one, and okay, and maybe the last one is edit button over here, and this time let's call it page load time related metrics we want to create, and I'll choose this color, apply. I need to first choose the dashboard, then only the color will come, click apply, and okay. All right, so we have this. Okay, now what I can do is I can go into the layout and I can choose this to say 8. That way it has gone down, if you see, and same thing here, 8, same thing here, 8. The impact is right now this button is touching the edges, as you can see, but if I do 8, it basically comes leaves the edges and feels like it is somewhere in the center. All right, so what I'll do is double select this entire, double click this. If it is not happening, not an issue, I can come edit width, and let's make it what, 170? Nope. Edit width, maybe 190 is fine. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so once we are done with that, then what do we need? If I show you, which is here in front of me, this is what I created initially, similar type of layout. If you see, I'm trying to create it over here, little bit different, but similar type of layout. The next thing is we need to create this options or these buttons, which is, if you see, first, second, third, fourth, all of this is more like a vertical, and within vertical we have the horizontal boxes. So what do we need? First of all is basically a vertical box, and then what I can do is I can move this, no, I will need to move this here. So that way the blank is going towards the right hand side, which is this blank, and you can double check by going into the layout and coming over here. This is vertical and this is blank, right? So now in the blank, in this I need one more blank object. I will be playing a lot with the blanks, so be with me. All right, don't worry if it drives you crazy, but blanks helps me keeping the track of my objects and enables me to put the object at the place where I want, not Tableau want. If you don't do that, Tableau will do or try to place it on its own and will not allow you to put it wherever you want. Okay, so we have horizontal and we have blank. Now at the top I will put blank object. So now if you see, I can clearly see where my box is, and here I have my horizontal. In the horizontal, what do I need? I need basically a text box, but before the text box, what I'll do is I'll go into the layout and I choose this color, or maybe this color, I don't know, or maybe in more colors. I choose this color, click OK. Alright, I think that's the one I'm choosing over there. So this is my color, and in that color what I do is I bring the text and the text is web marketing dashboard, and then there is a space. This is a small formatting part which you generally see in movie titles and all. They basically makes sort of a dramatic impact, right? So this one, click OK, web marketing dashboard. All right, so you have this. First part is done, right? Now what do? You bring one more horizontal layout. Okay, so maybe up until here. So this is my second one. And in this second one, what I need is basically blank, right? Blank is my friend, which I will use it a lot. And then I will use horizontal container. First horizontal container, I think I need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I remove the blank. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 objects, right? So this is something which I have done up until so far, and now I will start putting the KPIs. So where is my KPI? There is my KPI. So here you are. That is 1. That is 2. That is 3. And 4. Okay. So right click, hide title. Right click, hide title. Right click, hide title. Right click, hide title. All right. So you have this. All right. So that is one. That is part number 1. And then the part number 2 is bringing the images. So where are the images? What I did is basically I use these images. So what I did is I highlighted this. In my Mac, I pressed Command Shift F4. Then I choose this, copy, right? And then put it in a PowerPoint. Like this, one by one. First this, second copy paste that, copy paste that. In Windows, you have Windows Shift S key if you are using the Windows. That will basically take you the snip, as you have the snipping tool in Windows. Here in Mac, you have Command Shift 4. So once you have done that, you right click and say save picture as, and save it somewhere where you can bring it again. So that's what I have done with all of the images. Now what I'm doing is I'm bringing the images and putting it over here, right? Choosing fit center, choose the image. This is my icon number 1. Click OK. And I reduce it. So now you see this is the only one which is impacting, not much, right? So I have this. Then what I can do is I can put my second image over here. Then the only thing I need to make sure that it's in this layout. So this horizontal layout has this too. This horizontal layout has this too. That's the only thing I need to make sure that it is coming where I need it, because that will not mess up my settings, which I will, let's say, try to format it and all. And click OK. And then I reduce it. All right. Maybe reduce it a little bit further because this size is small, right? This size is still a little bit big. Okay. Now the third one. In the third one, in the dashboard, in the image, what I'll do is come over here and then I will say fit center, choose the image. Third, click OK and then reduce it. Maybe increase it a little bit. Yeah. So there is the third one, and then I will bring one more image which is over here, and then I will say fit center, choose, and that is your icon number 4, and click OK, and then I reduce it up until here. Alright, so now I have this. What I'll do next? Is I basically color this layout by choosing this, and this I'll choose also this. Okay, come on, I choose format here, sheet, none. Okay, gone, right? Same thing I will do it for all my sheets. So what I'll do is I'll first do this, none, Otherwise I have to do it again and again and again. None. Choose this, say none, and close this. Then I can come over here, double clicking it, and this color. Then I come over here, double clicking it, and then this color. Come over here, double clicking it, this color. Alright, and then again, doesn't look really good, right? Not as per what I was showing you in my dashboard. That is basically this one. So I think I did opposite. I actually wanted to have this as a white color, but I did it all red. But I can change that. Not an issue for us. Reason for this is I can come over here and choose white. The next thing which I need to do is I need to put this as 8. Okay. And this one I'll choose white. Yeah. So I have this. And then what I can do is, once I have done that, once I have chosen this this one, right click, and if I choose this, what color I have is white. If I choose this, I have white color, and for this I have this color, right? And then this is something slightly crazy. This is an alignment, so I will choose from right 0, and for this I will choose 0, all side equals 0, right? And I double click. Let me just try 8. Okay, so what do we need? We basically need one quick thing. This should not be 0. This should actually be 8. And if you see this over here, uncheck this left. This is the left side, right? Only this will be 0. So if you see this one. Similarly, if you see over here, all side equals 8. But on the right side, it will be 8. But uncheck this, and this will be 0. This is basically playing with Tableau. If you see, this is what I have got finally, right? So depends on what layout we want, we can get it as per our need. So I double click and double click this, and also choose this layout, so that we get the impact what we want. So that's how this will be an iterative process. I will do it for the second one, and I will leave the rest to you. Alright, so I'll choose white color. For this, I will choose white color, right? For this one, first what we do, we choose 8, but then uncheck this. This side, we need to make it, so what we call it, 0. Alright, same way, we come over here, we say 8, but this side, left side, right? So we make sure and check that and say 0. And it becomes one component. Makes sense? The only thing which doesn't make sense is this. Double clicking this, 8. This. Double clicking the, come on. Double clicking this. Making it 8. Right? So now it is of equal size. Same thing you need to repeat what I have done it for first two one. So I'm leaving it these two for you to do the practice. Now the next thing is we go ahead and create the object. So over here, if you see, this is a blank that we are dealing with, right? Now I come over here, and here I will put one more horizontal box, and if you see, I can clearly create some space for me, right? So that's the benefit of having blank object, that you keep having a hold on the space. All right, so with that, what do we need? We basically need a couple of, so we have, we have bar KPI, bounces, and unique page views, right? So over there, if I just show you, all right. So over here, this is nothing but, within a horizontal box, these are, vertical components that I am having. So this is a very complex configuration, which I will show you now. All right. So for that, what do we need? We basically need couple of vertical containers. So first thing first is, in this horizontal container I will bring blank, right? You may be like, why this guy keeps adding blank, but that's where, you know, the best practices comes in. So within that we will have first vertical container, we will have second vertical container, 1 2, right? And in that I will have the third, this vertical container, which I will then put it here. So horizontal, vertical, vertical. I can do this because I have done this hundreds of times, but you can choose this horizontal, vertical, vertical, right? So that's what will take you towards the practice. Once you do that, you will get to know very easily what you are placing and how you are envisioning and finally creating the layout that you need. Okay, so that's where we need all of that. So this is third one is horizontal, right? And we will start with this. So what do we need? We basically need the bar chart. Okay, so that's first. All right, one of the things we should always do, I will undo that. So I have this. One of the things we always do, we don't keep this boxes because this unnecessarily keeps the space. Usually I remove that, I forgot it, so I'll just make sure that I will remove this. Okay, line KPIs, this, all right, let's move it away. Okay, so we have dashboard and I will bring in the bar chart because I need some space, so I'll create some space. This is where my bar chart is, and beside to bar chart I will bring one vertical component. Now you will be like, why you are bringing vertical component? Let me just show you why in 2 minutes. Okay, so in this vertical component what I'm going to bring is my bar KPI. Okay, so this is my bar KPI. I will going to hide the title, right? And then what I will going to bring is image because it has an icon. If you remember the image, the first dashboard which I have shown you, let me show you again if it allows me. You know, this is your component. Here you have the icon and here you have the value. So that's what I'm basically referring. So I choose this and then I bring this icon, click OK, and if you see the icon has come, right, but it is very big. So what I do is I bring blank and I put it over here and then I reduce it as much as I need, right, up to the extent that I need this. And then we can probably make it a little bit much bigger. 10 is not a good thing, maybe 16 is good. Okay, dashboard, yeah, that is good, right? So it looks like a proper layout. And then the next thing what we need to do is maybe up until here. Yeah, this much is fine. And then I double click this, come over here. In this I change this to 8. Okay, so again I double click this in the layout. In the layout, I don't know, I choose this, or I can press Ctrl Z. I can actually choose this layout, double click, and over there choose this. Okay, so that way my entire layout is what I need. And then over here in this layout I choose white. In this layout choose white, right? And then I double click this. This is all 8, so it's good. The only thing is over here for this entire component, I think for this one by one I have to go. On the right hand side 0 for this, on the right hand side it should be 0, on this right hand side, and check this, on the right hand side should be 0. Same thing over here, this one for left hand side, it should be 0. Okay, so now it will give you a feeling that it is a one component. If you see, looks like it is a one component. The only thing is, if you see at the top, this is where you have, and 4 is what you are having. So what I'll do is maybe, I don't know, 6. But yeah, this is where I double click and I click this. Okay, I double click this. It's all 0, but it needs to be what, 4. But on the right hand side, it should be 0. Okay, so now you see it's all under one edges. So that's what it goes when we create a dashboard like this, which gives your end user a good feeling about the component, that it is one component or one chart, but technically it is not. It's all mix of lot of different components, and then we create this. So this is another one. Same thing, we will do it over here. Let me first bring the bounce, right? Okay, just expand that, and then I bring image at the top, which will ask me where is my image, where I will choose, okay, give me my icon number 6 maybe, right? All right, right click, hide the title. Over here, let's go ahead and give it a white color, and then we uncheck this, make it 0. We uncheck this from top, we make it 0. This is where we need to know, like, how are we really going to configure this entire, and then 4, right? So it's all look good, and then I will just double check and say, okay, this is it. So I double click this and I make sure that this is also 8. Okay, so it's in alignment with what we are having as a component. Now we'll come over here as third one. Let me do it again for you. And this is where I'm having my unique page views. And in my unique page views, what I'll do is I'll bring the image one more time to make it look relevant. Fit center, choose, this is the 7th icon. I'll click OK, and I guess up until here it is fine, right? Right click, hide the title, and we can probably make till here some space, right? The only thing is, if you see, it is not very much in alignment. If I show you my another dashboard, which is something like this. So if you see, this is this, and this is where I have one more component, which is blank, right? So what I can do is, same way, I can come over here and put blank, move this up also a little bit, so it will feel like they are now part of one component. And I put the layout and I choose white, and again I have to play with the borders. Over here I'll choose 0, and then over here for top I choose 0. Okay, the only thing is I will have to make it center aligned. So coming over here, center aligned dashboard, and it is center aligned, right? So up to us how much we want this to have. We want the customization, and we can do it very easily. As you can see, not a very big thing, if we keep having a controls in our hand, and this is where the practice really comes in. As you can see, it takes, I just keep doing that, and things are happening as I am doing it. All right, let's just bring this up till here maybe, and maybe here, right? Okay, so this one, let's make the layout as white. This one, let's make the layout as white, and then this one for here, we will first of all double click and make sure that it is all 8. All right, and then this one, we will make sure uncheck this, bottom 0. For this one, top and bottom both 0. 0 because it has component on both at the top and at the bottom. And over here, we have to make sure top is 0. So, and you have your second component. The only thing is little bit of alignment. You need to just make sure that it is there. Okay. So this is this, and I can remove this, and I can maybe double click and increase this. All right. Control Z. Too much of spacing. Yeah, I think maybe I have to deal with a little bit of that. Yeah, that's okay. So finally, this is the component which I need that will going to again, have to play with the component. So this is my box and I need horizontal. And then I can go ahead and remove this. And in this, I go here and I choose my first one, which is this, second one, which is this, third one will going to be my vertical component, and I'll tell you in a minute why. Okay, so you have this, and finally in my vertical component, what I will be having is the line chart, and I will be having top. So that is why I was asking for let's call it, I don't know, overview is something which I have given it a name, so I'll call it overview 10, maybe apply. Okay, hide the title, and this is what it shows. What we will do, this one we will make it what, white. We will make entire component as 8, and then over here for this one we will make sure the bottom is 0. For this one we will make sure the top is 0, and then should be good. Yeah, I think looks like what I have done is I have made all 0. So 4, but bottom 0. Alright, so this gives a feeling that this is where your each entire component is together. Same way over here, let's make it what, white, right? And let's change this to it. Same way, let's come over here. It is quite easy, as you can see, white, and let's make it 8. Yeah, so that's how you have your entire dashboard. Now I don't need this blank as well, so I remove that and I choose this layout, double clicking again, and clicking this will expand this completely, and I have my layout. The only thing is I left this to practice for you. One last thing which I will do is the filter here at the top. And for that, let me just choose one filter, and the filter is channel grouping all. Okay, filter over here, I come here, filter channel grouping. Here is my channel grouping, which I will put it over here, and then I will just expand this and make sure I make it what, multiple values drop down. Also I apply to worksheet, all using this data sources. That way it will apply to all the components, and I make sure that I customize this to show apply button. This is very standard. Make sure you have it so that it holds the reactivity. If I don't have this apply button, then it would have changed my dashboard, but for now I want to change it to direct. So I click apply and all of my visualization is changing. I check organic search and I change this, right? If I say paid search, changed. Okay, so that is something which I wanted to show you. My dashboard is final, and like this, took us around 1 hour to create this dashboard, but a lot of learning. I hope you will enjoy this, and I will meet you in our next dashboard with a new topic.